Hey everybody, welcome. We're so excited. We're here in Richard Smith's office here at Nui Corporate. We've got special guest with us. Rick Ruckman came in from California, right?
Yeah.
All right, he's here visiting. Woo! So anyway, we're going to have a discussion today, a little bit about what's going on with Nui, where we're at, where we're going. Here's a little bit of testimonial from Rich here, and I'm going to turn the time over to Richard to kind of get the ball rolling.
This is getting very, very exciting and very, very critical that you understand where we're headed and what we're doing. Across the board, major changes are happening. They're all good changes. A lot of times people hate change, but we get used to it in the crypto space. We've now announced, and it's in our blog, all the things to do with our relationship with Mintage Mining and how we started with good, which was the 52-week bucket. And we're now moved and have launched into better. And we're also announced and told you, and trying to be as transparent as we possibly can, how we're moving into best. And I'm going to explain a little bit about why the evolution and why the change and what we were doing there. At the first, we wanted to prove ourselves. So the best way to do that is to use other people's money and other people's equipment. We took up most of Genesis Mining's equipment, filled that, and have had phenomenal results, even with the last 3 or 4 weeks being down. Last week was pretty decent at 2.5, but those 2 or 3 weeks before that was pretty tight. But we killed everybody else. We killed Genesis themselves. We killed all the other miners. In fact, the only one I was able to find, the Ethereum-based ones, pulled the plug on their whole system. And they're going to be a week or two away from even being able to be back to break even. And I don't know if they plugged them back in or not. But across the board, we were the king of the hill. We got a better return than anybody, even when we got down as low as 1.5 or even a little lower than that, I believe. And guys, if you take our whole 12-month track record, we're still, even with those weeks, at 4.1. So we got a really good track record here of what we're doing going forward. That being said, we didn't like the fluctuations in the service contracts and the fees they were taking out, which really cuts into the returns of the overall system. And we've been experimenting with the new chips, and Mintage Mining jumped full in across the board, and we're putting in our own hardware, and that's our better play. Guys, the 3-year unit is far superior to the 1-year unit. Now, don't feel like you pulled a fast one. 1-year units are good. Just take your 1-year units and every week roll them into the 3-year. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. And you'll be able to migrate from the 1-year into the 3-year. But the 3-year units are powerful. They pay out up to 10% better because we don't have to pay the service fee, because there is no service fee on our own equipment. And on top of that, you're going to see almost remarkable better results. On top of that, they pay out for 3 years. On top of that, the 3-year and the relationship with Mining Credit, which is powered by Fundwise. And those gentlemen kind of threw Darren and I for a loop. I'm going to tell a little bit of the story of how that came to be. Basically, some guys showed up our office, and I went through my normal dog and pony show of this is what we're doing, and they stopped me about halfway through and said, "We're already members." And I'm like, "Well, okay, cool. What are you here for?" And they've been in for the last 6 weeks, and they said, "We'd like to extend financing for your members, interest-free signature loans based on your track record." And I said, "Really?" And they said, "Yeah. In fact, we're going to do interest-free. We take a little bit of points up front. It's going to be a slidable scale." And we said, "All right, great. Let's do this." It's non-collateralized. It's a signature loan. And we're excited about how they treat our people, how professional they are. Don't you agree, Rich? They're really professional. And Darren's a true CEO, and in every fashion. And he started And he's been in the finance world forever. In fact, that's where he's made most of his money. And he went back to him and said, hey, would you be interested in doing a collateralized loan against the mining units themselves? They were like, ooh, this is cool. So Darren's putting those things together as well. Folks, we're the first crypto mining company on the planet with Mintage Mining that actually offers credit for you to be able to buy your mining units. The fact that's there, and the fact that the very 1st of March, we're going to roll out free. And what free is all about, the fact that somebody can sign up for free, participate in Core. Core is going to be running really cool, including retail rewards. So there's 3 different ways you're going to be able to get points that you'll be able to convert to Kala. The first one is doing your core activities. You'll be able to do it 15 to 20 minutes a day, get a decent amount of points, and convert them to Kala at their current value. That's the cool thing. Second thing, retail rewards. So your normal shopping habits, both on Amazon, Walmart, and 15 stores, you go by, use your Prime membership, and all your free members are going to be able to do the same thing. Last but not least, we're going to create a system where you're going to be able to onboard people into cryptocurrency yourself instead of directing them through Coinbase. That too will be able to mine your Kala. Now you're going to light up the message board and say, when's that coming? As soon as we got it done. Darren's a very good deal doer. Our tech team's running as fast as they possibly can, but we've got a very, very cool system in order to turn you into basically your own Coinbase and be able to mine Kala by onboarding people into the space of crypto. And we're proud of that. When's that going to happen? I'm not exactly sure, but we're working on it, and the contracts have all been signed across the board. That's what we've been talking about with the Nui wallet. Last but not least, I want to really talk about the whole system of what we're trying to do here, and that's the last piece of the magic of what we are, and that's BEST in Mintage Mining. One of the things with BEST is, how do I put this? You're the magic. I'm just going to be straight, flat, and honest with you. In this crypto space, the whole entire blockchain technology is supposed to be decentralized. What does that mean? Spread out. And so to spread the peanut butter as thin as you can, so all the systems are proving. In fact, I hate the fact that we call it mining. Mining is a misnomer term. When you think about mining, you think about picks and backhoes, and that's not at all what mining is. Mining's the proof that it takes to make sure the transactions are not fraudulent. That's what mining is. It literally says, Rich owns a Bitcoin and he's transferring it to me. 51% of the computers have to say, yep, Rich owns a coin and he's giving it to Richard. That power of what that's all about is what mining's all about. And because it's processing to police the whole blockchain environment, it issues it out. Well, rather than being decentralized, because of the way they set it up, brilliant people, especially brilliant countries, Soviet Union, China, the communist countries, jumped in, bought a whole bunch or manufactured a whole bunch of mining units. And so it's now becoming centralized in the very hands that they didn't want it centralized in. And one of the magics of Nui for Mintage and for the blockchain technology is you guys, a decentralized mining mechanism. One of the things we're going to be rolling out is you're going to be able to get 2 units, plug them in your house, use the algorithm, have Mintage do the mining. It's just in your house. And the phenomenal returns that are going to happen with that and how long those contracts are it will take your breath away. And that's the magic. That's BEST. I'm telling you this because it's going to happen quicker than any of us realize. I don't know how quick, but literally you're going to be able to go get a loan collateralized by the hardware of the mining units, and you're going to have a few units in your house processing, show your friends, hey, I'm mining crypto, woo! And you're the magic bullet, folks, and it doesn't matter if Rich and Richard and Jeremy live next door to each other, the way that works, the way the GPS system works on that, it's decentralized, and we'll have a decentralized world global presence. So I hope you see what we're doing on the mintage side. I hope you see what we're doing overall here at NUI. NUI's all about taking symmetry, turning this into a mining mechanism, and giving you the power to mine the other coins. Because we're not simply about cryptocurrencies or a single coin. We're completely about blockchain technologies. I'm going to do an analogy. Most miners bet on a single coin, and those coins go up and down, and we talked about Ethereum struggling to even turn a profit. We don't bet on a single coin. In fact, if you wanted to say what is mintage mining is, if you're going to go to a horse racing thing, a single horse, we don't bet on a single horse. Mintage is the stalls, the track, and all the horses. And we move our bet from nose to nose to nose, whichever horse is running fastest at the time. Do you understand that? Some horses take off out of the gates, and they're always in the lead. They're the fastest ones out of the gate. They're the best starters there is. Some of them take the lead midway through the race. Other ones are great finishers, and they're the ones that finish the race strong. We don't care. We're going to bet on the one that's in the lead whenever it's in the lead. That's the power of the artificial intelligence or the algorithm that allows us to mine in mintage mining. We couldn't be prouder with the relationship. Mintage Mining is a separate company. We have a joint venture with them, and we have the exclusive. Why did we do it that way? It's very simple. Jones Day told us to. That's the simple way to do it. You want your money in safe havens. So if something happens to NUI, your mining units are still working for you, and your mining units inside your system are still working for you. I hope you get a small glimpse of who we are and where we're going. Guys, our heart and soul is the symmetry side. Back to the rank and share days. Our heart and soul is this advertising system called CORE, compensated on real efforts. But the sex appeal right now is the returns we're getting in mintage mining. And we're proud of that. So you're going to be able to sign up people for free. They're going to be able to do core activities. They're going to be able to buy up to $300 of mining units, either in the 1 year or the 3 year. And then they're also going to be able, for free, to be able to fill out their application for financing. And if they choose the financing package, there's 3 cool things that happen. Number 1, the finance company, Mining Credit, powered by CreditWise, FundWise, thanks. I keep saying CreditWise. I don't know. CreditWise is more famous. FundWise, they're going to pay for their membership. So they got paid to upgrade. Well, of course, that pays you, does it not? Doesn't it, really? Somebody comes in for a membership, $125, it pays $5 a tier. It also is giving us it gives us a referral fee as NUI. And we've decided to pay that not in commissions. So we paid $225 to the person that enrolled them as a free member. And it'll also pay $25 up the tree per tier. I hope you understand what that means. It's powerful. It's absolutely mind-boggling the kind of money you make. Now that'll only be on the initial purchase, or if they refinance and continue to build up, because once they pay it off, they can do it again. But the fun thing that I see in this whole entire package is you're inviting people to get into the crypto space for nothing. And that's what I'm proud of, and it's going to be fun. We're going to roll that out the first week in March, and we couldn't be more proud. Rich?
All right, so we brought Rich in because we wanted him to tell his story. He's been heavily involved with what we're doing with mintage mining and everything. He's always texting me all kinds of cool results that he's getting, and he helped put together a calculator that we have and stuff. So anyway, Rick, can you go ahead and kind of give us your story and tell the story you were telling us about working in the Army?
Yeah, I'm actually from California and originally, born in Louisiana. So I've got family and friends all around the country. And I was sitting here thinking about how a year ago we were in the same shoes. I was actually in Mexico, and we were getting ready. We had just launched the videos, if you remember that, and we were just going to be doing videos. But we kept hearing about all these different ways we were going to get paid. And then all of a sudden, things started to roll out in July, and then by October, November, everything that Nui said, Divvy at the time, now Nui, has come true. And I started thinking about, wow, we're starting to get paid some serious results on some of the things that we're doing. And so I got involved with the vintage side and started testing numbers on that. I run numbers for a living. I've been doing that for 20 years in the financial services industry. And so I started seeing all this stuff work, and I started getting excited about some of my friends and some of my family, some of the guys I met back in the service. I was an Army medic back in the day, and I was just telling these guys a few minutes ago that 26 years ago today, Desert Storm started last night. And I was thinking about what I was doing 26 years ago and how some of my friends are still in the service, and they're actually in Nui now, and they're part of Team Epic. And we basically were sitting there, and I started thinking, how much money was I making back then? And I realized when I went through my stuff as I was moving last month, I found a pay stub. And one of my pay stubs from when I was in the war, and this is going to be embarrassing for me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but it kind of all comes together here because my net pay while I was in the war 26 years ago was $526. And so I started thinking, that's what we've been talking about. What kind of change would $500 a month make? Well, it could take people out of war. Let's go to war on our own home front here. And let's change our lives and change the lives of our family and friends and everything we're doing. So I've got a huge new passion and excited what we're doing. The Rankin Share side's always been what got me excited. Remember the $1 a day per person, and that's still there. And so you throw all that together with everything that's already working. Sometimes we feel like we're getting sidetracked, and that why are we doing this when they're building that and it's here and it's coming, and we're excited what's going to happen over the next 2 to 3 months. So can't say anything more about that other than I'm excited to help a lot of people make $500 a month, and they don't have to go to war to do it.
So we modified that a little bit. We want 1 million people making $500 a month residual recurring income as a minimum, but we also want 10 to 20,000 people in the year 2018 to become millionaires. And I kind of got a sneaking suspicion that I'm sitting between two millionaires, and I'm probably talking to a bunch of you on this call. Why do I say that? These two individuals that I'm sitting between have the spirit of the go-giver. They know that wealth comes by giving to other people what they want. And the system using blockchain is going to change lives. My thing that I'm the most excited about doing, and we're going to have to do it fairly quickly here, is eventually every multi-level has to create an income disclosure statement as part of the rules of the FTC. I've been watching the numbers of what's happening, and I think we're going to have 97 to 98% of everybody that joins us will be making more money than what they spent. That's unheard of, folks. I don't know if you ever looked at an income disclosure statement from a direct sales company, but they're pathetic. The break-even point's not even anywhere close to 50%. 98% of you are going to be making more money than you spent. I want you to understand how powerful that is. And the only other 2%, the ones that are idiots and signed up and don't go do something. That is incredible. And I'm not talking about going referring people. If they just go buy a mining unit, a set of mining units, a 3-year, and hit the repurchase button, they'll make more money in a year than they ever spent. That's phenomenal. Realize what you're bringing to the world. It's my passion. It's what this is. It's been my dream my whole life. We weren't even married a month, and my wife asked, well, what's your American dream? What's your slice of the American pie? And I said, I don't know yet, but I'll tell you this. I don't care how big of a slice I get. I care that I grow the pie. If you want a little teeny sliver of a gargantuan pie, you're still going to be stuffed. That's what Nui's all about. Go get the Go Giver and go read it. Jeremy, you got anything to add?
I'll just say, because of Richard, because of Darren, because of Troy, their vision, It's changed my life completely. I've been 20 years in this industry in network marketing. I've seen all kinds of things. I've had different mentors, different people teach me the ropes and everything. But it wasn't until the year 2013 when I first came across this guy that everything changed for the better. That's when, for the first time in my 20 years of doing network marketing, I made an extra $500 a month and much, much more. Before that, it was always just a struggle to break even, right? Like he was saying, to get enough to cover my auto ship in whatever company I was in. I could never get past that until I met this team and his vision. It was a previous company, a different comp plan, but it was still revolutionary at the time. And by following him and the rest of the people here at corporate, I've been able to continue that on that same path and have awesome results. I was able to take my family to Disneyland this last Christmas because of Bitcoin, right? And the whole concept of mining and everything we're doing. For my it was my 20th wedding anniversary, so we took my wife and the kids. It's been awesome, and it's all because of his mentorship, his vision, and what they put together here at NUI. So let's just go and do this, guys. It's happening. It's real now. We've got all the tools in place. There's no reason to hold back.
I just need to speak real quick about the entire team here. Troy Muhlstein, Darren O'Lyon, and myself, the founders of the company with Darren at the helm as the CEO. We're not the smartest men in the world, but we're smart enough to know that we don't know everything. And Darren has learned a ton, and he's now going top shelf and surrounding himself. The team here are executing. That's why things are starting to happen so quickly. With Reed Tanaka as the president and the entire staff with Kinsey and Gina and the whole staff here at NUI and at Symmetry, as well as what's happening over Mintage Mining, we are really starting to execute. We're also going to hone down and create a duplicatable system and spills so the NUI members have videos, PowerPoints. You're going to really see what we had when you signed up a long time ago. If you're brand new, we're going to create a system where you can duplicate yourself and put yourself in a system that works for you and brings people into the blockchain technology. Guys, we're sitting on the biggest, most aggressive thing I've ever seen in my life. The buzz is out there already on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Yes, than 1% of the people own it. Holy moly! Talk about a change. You're going to be able to bring them into the crypto space for free. They don't even have to buy a coin. They don't even have to buy a mining contract. They're going to be able to pick their phone up, do activities, get Kala, and they're now in the crypto space. That is something to behold. Let's answer a couple questions and jump off.
Okay, great. All right, so one of the questions that just came up is, what is the value of the points?
Points are a penny.
Yep. So penny point.
That's the only mining mechanism to get you Kala. So in the smart contract, which is basically a regurgitation in computer language to the white paper, go to Kala, Kala token.io, and read the dang white paper. But it's a penny a point that converts to Kala. So right now, if you get 2 points, you get a Kala because it's trading. It's $2, the $2 or the 2 cent round. So whatever Kala is going for, you're mining it at a penny USD.
How long until free members? Very important for us.
1st of March.
1st of March. All right. Let's see. The other one is there's some couple of people in here commenting that they're having trouble getting points in core. They're not getting qualified.
1st of March. Kenzie's rolling out her version of core, and I can see in her eye, getting emotional again. I can see in her eye, she's actually got what she wants. We've unleashed the beast of Kenzie, and trust me, you're going to see some marked improvement of the experience with the Symmetry Core Bundle. And I couldn't be more proud of that. I call her the little lady because she's teeny. She's becoming quite the executive here at Symmetry.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions for us? Got just a few more minutes. We'll try and end at about 10:30. So 5 more minutes. Let's see. Will free members have access to Mintage?
Evans, yes. I told you that in the beginning. They're going to be able to either get a $25 contract on the 1 year, a $75 service agreement. Sorry. Listen, it's very important that we use the correct language. The number one,
Invest.
don't use the word invest. Number 2 word is it's a service agreement. It's like a lease. And all that language will come out, and I slap my hand in jest, but if I'm not saying the right words, you're not going to say it. Listen, let's teach this correctly. You're buying something that produces income for you in cryptocurrencies. I don't even remember what the question was now. Slap myself and I can't remember. Yes, they're going to be able to purchase a $25 service agreement or a $75 3-year agreement and mine or compound that or keep purchasing up to $300. That's their ceiling. They're not going to be able to go north of it. So once they hit $300, they're going to have to become a paid member. Now the money's still theirs. They just have to take it. They can't keep growing it.
So the next question was, do free members go into the tree?
No, they stack on top of you. So let's talk about this because I want to get really, really aggressive. I don't know what Kenzie's going to pull, what rabbit she's going to pull out of the hat. She told me that when you do this, you're only going to have to do it for 15 to 20 minutes a day if you're slow. So whatever points you generate, you need to get enough free members that are jacked out of their mind mining Kala using their points to offset yours. So we want every paid member between themselves and their free members to generate 1,000 points a day. I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I think it's going to be fairly easy. If we have everybody that's a paid member have enough free members and they do the activities themselves, generate 1,000 points, that's $10. First of all, that's 1,000 points that's been issued to all those individuals to get Kala. But that's also $10 that runs up the tree, up the TBS, the team building structure. Well, $10 divided by $1. Jeremy, you're going to be pretty happy with $1 a day, right? Jeremy, by the way, has about 200,000 people in his organization. And all of them aren't active, but if they were active and they were all doing that, that would be $200,000
a day.
A day. Listen, we're jacked out of our mind about what mintage is, but symmetry is where the checks are going to go wild.
Awesome. Okay.
I want to say, but that's $200,000 a day, but that's not including your free members.
Right. That's true.
So
Yeah. So if all those 200,000 went and got just 10 free members each, that would be 2 million people. So
2 million a day.
Go to work, guys. All right. Will we be able to send Kala to our bank account and have it turned into dollars like Bitcoin does at Coinbase?
Not bank account, but you're going to be able to send it into exchanges and trade for just about anything. So the answer is yes. When we get going, we'll be on all the exchanges. We're going to start off with our own. Pretty soon, you'll have Kala, and you can actually buy mining units with Kala, along with exchange it with any of the other cryptocurrencies. And yes, just like Bitcoin, it will function exactly like all the other ones in a very, very timely manner.
Cool. All right. Can't wait to see Richard. Oh, yeah. So
can't wait to see you guys either. Yeah. Looking forward to this trip.
Okay. Linda's asking, and she's saying the no word, but where do you go to invest?
Don't say invest. You mean purchase service agreements? It's very simple. Just log into Mintage Mining, and do you want to walk through the detail? It's pretty simple. Isn't it self-explanatory?
Yeah. It's pretty much, you just go into mintagemining.com, and as a newbie member, we get to join Mintage for free, right? The general public can join for $500 a year, but as a newbie member, we can go in, it checks your email, make sure that you actually are a newbie member, and then it lets you sign up for free. And then at that point, you would need to fund your wallet, right? So you fund your wallet by getting either Litecoin or Bitcoin, one of those two, from some external third-party exchange, right? At this moment, that's the only way to do it. You have to go to Coinbase.
Or go click on the little link saying mining credit and fill out the credit app and let them fund it.
There we go.
These other people fund it.
Yep. So there's two options, right? You either fund it, get approved, get a loan, because then the loan, right, you're actually going to make more on the payouts each week than what it's going to cost you for the loan. So it's a no-brainer to go do that. But yes, it's one of those two ways. You either
It's just an option. I just wanted to throw it out there because, I mean, the smartest people in the world use other people's money. The wealthiest people use other people's money. Why? Because if you can service the debt, which is easy to service when it's interest free, you buy a 3-year service agreement. You're going to pay off your borrowed money within a year to 13 months, and the rest of it's just yours. Yep. And that's compounding. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. You can figure it out yourself or have these guys teach it. It's a simple way to fund your account and use your good credit to do it, and not put anything up for collateral other than your good name.
Right. Yep. And then follow up on that. So the weekly repurchase process, there we go. Instead of invest, it's weekly repurchase process. So you just do that inside of your Mintage website. You have your own wallet inside the website where you get paid, and then you take that payment and you can repurchase right there inside. You don't have to go outside anywhere. So, all right. And then let's do this one last question. Will Mintage mining done by free members go up the tree?
Of course it will. So let's talk about that, though, because it's pretty important. So if I bring in Jeremy Jenkins as a free member, Jeremy Jenkins comes in for a $75 service agreement and gets a 3-year bucket, where I'm going to get 10%, or I'll get $750 in mining units of 3-year buckets. Okay. And then it pays the 2% all the way up. That's all I have to say about that. I could confuse it for you, but it doesn't matter. Basically, it pays the person that enrolls 10%. And because Jeremy won't be placed in the tree, he'll be stacked on top of me. I'll make the 10% plus that'll be the first level to me because it's stacked on top of me. It pays 2% additional to me, and 9 other people get paid off a free member. The paid members is a little bit different. It's not really that much different. It's just they're in the tree versus being stacked on top of it. So his volume always counts for me and my volume running up the tree. That's all I have to say about that. One more question, we're going to close.
Okay, so Ginger asked, can we do trade shows to get free members?
Yes, with approval. Rich has a question.
Free members, how does that count towards our monthly? Let's say your quota is you have
It's
to have a certain
simple.
amount of points a month.
Whatever points they generate, or as if you did your own. So you got personal, and then you've got active points. Active points is what you get your ranks on and your qualifications for active. So all your free members plus whatever you do on a monthly or daily basis counts for your volume for qualification.
So my mom can essentially get in and not do anything ever, but refer her friends in who want to do this, and then she's getting qualified every month because her friends are doing it.
What I'm talking about. And what are her friends getting? They're getting points to turn to Kala, to go to a Reach Redemption Center and get streaming deals, including all the gift cards you could ever imagine.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. Oh,
The Principle of Go Giver. Go buy that book. Read it. Live it. Be it. Make your life extraordinary. Carpe diem. You're never going to have a better opportunity than this. There's nothing to sell here. You're just teaching people how to use where the world's going to create wealth for themselves. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.